Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Rags to Riches. Here we are at the very beginning of the very first game of the 2018-2019 season. I don't know where I was going with that, so let's make it up on the spot. That's what they do on Who's Line. Great show. Our preseason went really well here with at Basingstoke. Not Bakingstoke, Basingstoke. Oh, I'm already slipping up. Preseason went well. We managed to beat Bristol Rovers, Reading, Swindon, QPR, surprisingly on both of those. Aldershot Margate having a W. Lost pretty badly to Birmingham, Wigan, Coventry, Brighton, and KV Kortrijk. As expected. Really expected to lose to Swindon and QPR as well. Played a lot of games for money, actually, not for winning. But we came out on top, and it worked out really great. James Harper, the assistant coach, did a really good job taking care of those matches. I don't head coach any of the friendly matches. I just have zero interest in them. But great job to the team. QPR's in the championship. Swindon's in League 1. Reading's in the championship. Bristol Rovers is, of course, in League 2. As an Aldershot, Margate, and Havant and W are a little bit lower than that. So we're starting the season at home against Accrington and Portsmouth, our first matchup for the Capital One Cup. Johnstone's Paint Trophy, first matchup against Oxford. We'll see how that all goes. FA Cup, a little ways off. We'll figure that out a little bit later. We end the season. We'll say Boxing Day. Sorry, Boxing Day is Northampton away. Tough match, but we'll do okay, I'm sure. And our last match is at home against Mansfield. One of the teams we just beat out last season. I feel maybe we'll be in a decent position this upcoming season. Here's hoping. Looking ahead at this season, actually. So we're starting in 4th. We actually started in 2nd, but we're starting in 4th. And our season preview, again, puts us pretty pessimistic here. 23rd. So we are expected to go down, but it's a relegation battle all the way up to 17th with the likes of Mansfield and Ebbsfleet and Tranmere. So we might be able to survive. Again, we're aiming to go for a mid-table this season. If we can get mid-table, that'd be great. Top half would be okay as well. As long as we're, I say, above 20, I'll be happy with how this season goes. It's not going to be easy. But that being said, there was a lot of trading over the last little bit. I remember at the end of the season, last season, as we went into the summer, I said I wanted to pick up pretty much all the players we had on loan and sign them on because all their contracts were over. I did exactly that. We have Mark Ethelson. We have Josh Barrett and Abdi Noor, Ollie Bassett. And we have Kyle Nye-Smith as well. So worked out great there. We picked up a couple new ones, got rid of a lot of people as well. We picked up Yannick Gbesi. He came through. The other one from the Ivory Coast was not allowed to play, not of high enough quality, as they were deemed. We have Sebastian Mladen, who's a pretty decent defender right, defender center from Romania. Hopefully he'll be able to make some waves within our defensive line, as if our defense wasn't strong enough already with Ethelson Goodman. We also have Ozer Ozdemir. I'm assuming I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing it right, but I don't know. 20-year-old French native that's, again, really solid, just like Sebastian Mladen from Romania. He's very, very good, and we're really hoping, again, he'll make some waves as well. We're going to be switching the two of them out pretty much every game until one of them proves themselves to be better than the other. For our new defender left, it changes every single season. Our new defender left is Elliot Johnson. Signed him till 2020. He's decent. Arguably better than any defender left that we've had so far. So fingers crossed that he actually does well. Ollie Lee leading the midfield there. Honestly, he's 2 stars, 2.5 overall. But he does so brilliantly, and I don't know why. He is so freaking slow. He's slow. He's not agile. He's really not very physically capable. But his mental stats, the lowest is 8. and his lowest technical stats is 6. So in League 2, that's pretty darn good. Like, he's overall a really good player, but his physical stats really let him down. So perhaps that's why he's one of our superstars. Really hoping, like Ollie Lee, really hoping that he will hold on to us being, or we want him to hold on to us because obviously that's a good thing. But we're hoping he will hold that midfield position real nicely. Obviously, getting him from 10 for 10K from not Dover, from Luton. Getting him for 10K from Luton has been an absolute steal. His first season, 7.12. His second season, first season in League 2, 7.19. The guy is a beast. So really looking at Ollie Lee to control that midfield and really push through and lead the team. Wilfred Nahor has been demoted to the reserves. He's decent, but he's not great. And his performances have also reflected that in League 2, where he averaged 6.79. 6.8 overall, which is fine. Like, it's not bad, but it leaves room for other players to come in. It leaves for the Josh Barretts of the world to play in there. Noor Hussein from England could have some appearances in there, and Yannick Gebezi, Josh Smith, Adam Franklin, all looking to fill those gaps. I mean, Wilfred Nahor does not have a solid position there, neither does Josh Barrett. I would say Ollie Lee is one of the few permanent positions on the team. Ollie Lee, Jake Goodman, Mark Ethelson, and Louis Walters are probably the only permanent players on the team. Everyone else will be rotated through. They'll be replaced as needed. Obviously, if the permanent players, they get tired, obviously they won't play every single game. But the aim is for this lineup to be fairly consistent. And Jake Goodman, Mark Ethelson, Ollie Lee, and Louis Walters really looking to carry the whole of everything. So, elsewhere, tactics haven't changed. Captaincy hasn't changed. Not much of anything has changed. Actually, no, captaincy has changed. We sold Charlie Allen. So our new captain is Eddie Nolan. Our vice captain is Jake Goodman, followed up by Barrett, McFarland, and then Duffy. Hopefully Eddie Nolan will do well. I'm assuming Goodman will actually end up captaining most of the games. We're not going to play Nolan that much, but Nolan's our best one. He's 13, 16, not bad. Goodman's 11, 16. I did not choose McFarland because he's 18 years old, and he's not going to have much of a place in the first team. So in the event that we're not playing Eddie Nolan, Jake Goodman, or Josh Barrett, then Brian McFarland will get his chance to captain. Absolutely. But he's not going to be respected by the rest of the team. He's just a kid in their eyes. So he is fourth string captain. And fifth string going to Richard Duffy. I don't know how long Richard Duffy's going to stick around. He might get loaned out again like he was last season. We'll see. We'll see. Really looking towards Josh Smith getting better. Now you'll notice there is one person, a defender, in fact, that is missing from this lineup that we had last season that I touted as being like, hey, we should really hold on to this guy. This guy is going to be really great. He comes through our youth system. He'll be amazing. Well, things happen, and long story short, he got sold to Brentford for $175,000. Chris Wells, he was sold for 10 times his value to Brentford, with the potential of maybe someday being a good League One player for $175,000, and the clause attached to his sell of 25% of his next transfer fee owed to us. Now that $175,000 that we got from Brentford, that's going to come per month over 12 months. So across 10 months, we'll get the rest of the $145,800 that are left. Will come across 10 months, and that helps gives the club a little bit more financial security. Hopefully, it's not a lot, but it's something. Of course, everybody has a sell-on clause because we are League 2. And everyone wants to play higher, so there's always sell-on clauses. But we live with it. It's fine. I don't plan on selling pretty much anybody, except for those who deserve to be sold. We did get rid of Grant Montgomery. Went ahead and just gave him a free transfer. Daniel Lincoln sold him to Dover for free. He just wasn't up to snuff anymore. Robbie Rice we gave free. Chris Flood we gave a free. Michael Chambers went out free. Charlie Allen with the AFC Telford, which I believe is in the north. Yeah, Vanarama North. Dover's in the National at this point, so good luck to them. Lincoln did great in the National, so I'm sure he'll do great there. Ian Rees is gone. Callum Driver is gone. Harley Wise is gone. And we got rid of Luke Rooney to Barnet, which is great because Luke Rooney was costing us $1,900 per week, and he was not getting any game time whatsoever. So, Luke Rooney, very, very good that we got rid of him. Very expensive for a player we were not using at all. And then these are all the transfers we brought in. Hopefully it'll work out well. So, three players from Reading when you look at it. Josh Barrett, Mark Ethelson, and then Noor Hussein on loan, which is actually interesting. We're really pulling a lot from Reading there. Makes sense. They're a parent club, but still. So, outside of that, go ahead and jump down to... Whoops. Well, okay, we can look... I guess there's really nothing else that's happening right now. The lineups are there. Chelsea, Arsenal versus Community Shield. Take your bets. Chelsea's defending champion, but has gone Arsenal and Chelsea again and again and again and again. So we'll see who wins this one. It's like the definitive one right here. Whoops. Past winners. Yeah, it's Chelsea versus Liverpool, Arsenal versus Man City, Chelsea versus Arsenal. Ooh, and then Arsenal versus Man City. Arsenal wants some payback. And if this has these last 4 years have anything to go by, Arsenal's going to win. We'll see. So let's jump up to the South here. So, season preview for the South. Woking and Braintree expected to go up handily. Having W Sutton United perhaps as well. Hindon stands 0 chance. Truro, not much of a chance. Welling, not much of a chance. And Margate, ever since they lost their defender Jake Goodman to us, they have not had much of a chance at all. Lewes is actually positioned for 13th, so congratulations to them. The reason why I mention Lewes, in fact, is because they have one of our players, Jeremiah Kamanzi, and he's been there at loan since last season. We went ahead and extended the loan till the end of this new season, and we're also offering him to be sold to Lewes because we don't want him anymore. As soon as I got him, I was like, okay, this guy could be something big one day. And then his potential ability just plummeted. He lost a full gold star in potential ability. So we loaned him out to Lewes. He's been playing well at Lewes. He's been doing well for him. And he's been getting a little bit better. He's been developing a little bit, but not a lot. So I'm more... at this point, it's like, go Lewes, because I don't want Jeremiah Kamanzi to lose. But aside from that, I have no real draw to lose. I don't really care. But they have Jeremiah Kamanzi, so good luck. Good luck to Lewes. Team to watch. Go up to the north. Barrow at 5-1. Stockport and Nuneaton both real close there. All look to be fighting for the title. And at the very bottom of the table, Brackley 500-1. They don't stand any chance. I don't even think the odds were that bad in the South. 300-1. No, this is 500-1. But the relegation battle for 21st, that'll be a little more interesting. So we'll see how that goes. That will be very interesting to watch. A lot of 40-1s in the center, so let's see how it goes. VNL. Port Vale looking to win it. Morecambe and Crawley also looking to go up. Makes sense. They were relegated last season. Crawley's been down for a little while now. They really need to get back up. Otherwise, they're going to be hurting pretty hard. Barnet. They took Luke Rooney, sitting in 6th. We'll see what happens. The other end of the field. Lowestoft, Hednesford, 200-1 each. St. Albans, Solihull Moors, and Dover all looking to struggle for relegation here. Relegation battle is going to be thick. League 2, Fleetwood looking to win it. Doncaster coming down, looking to go up as well. And Chesterfield with Plymouth, Bury, Oxford, Yeovil, Carlisle, Accrington, Shrewsbury. Actually, pretty much everybody down to Exeter in 12th have a pretty decent chance of getting in the playoffs for promotion. You could even, if you want to go so far, include Gateshead and Newport. At 40 to 1, we're average. And at York, sitting at 100 to 1, like, that's our worst, is 100 to 1. This entire league is really, really well balanced. This is a really even league. So we could end up seeing Northampton at the top and like Chesterfield at the bottom. Like, it could happen. It honestly could happen. So we'll see how this season goes. This is going to be a really, really tight league according to the season odds. And it was last season, so we'll see what happens. This is going to be interesting for sure. League 1. Almost as even as us. Brentford looking to go up. Preston and Millwall and Bolton all fighting for it as well. Barnsley, Swindon going for the playoff places. On the other end, Burton, Blackpool, South and Notts County, Cambridge, and Wimbledon all potentially going down. We'll see what happens. Wycombe sitting way up there. Congrats to them. In the championship, Via, odds to win it. Big odds to win it. The Wolves and QPR, not far behind. Going down, potentially Portsmouth, Luton, Peterborough, Brighton, Huddersfield, Birmingham, Sheffield United, all fighting for it. That's tough. Portsmouth. I don't want Portsmouth to go down. I want them to get back in the Premier League. Good luck to them. And the Premiership, Chelsea, odds to win it. Man United right behind. Man City right there as well. Arsenal, the top 4, really, I mean, that's not at all surprising. Excuse me. Oh, just had to get some water there. My and then I just like failed to swallow. Oh, goodness. My apologies. Liverpool also potentially making it into the top 4 would not be a shocker. Outside of the top 5 teams, there's really nobody that stands much of a chance. Tottenham, Swansea, Everton, all looking for the Europa Cup or Europa League. I don't remember what it's called. Europa Cup, that's what it is. They're all looking for the Europa Cup. And then south of that, it's anybody's guess. I mean, 2,000 to 1. Crystal Palace, Hull, Derby, Leicester, Bournemouth. 1,000 to 1 Norwich. And 500 to 1 is Southampton. I mean, 500 to 1, 300 to 1, 200 to 1, those are odds to be relegated in the lower leagues. So we'll see what happens. There's really no chance here. But we'll see what happens among these lower teams. Who will actually go down? No guarantees. Let's go ahead and show real quick scouting. So you guys can see my current shortlist if you wish. So this is what I have on my short list. Feel free to pause and look at it in greater detail. A lot of players here that I'm interested in. A lot of players. Some I got from trial days. Some I got from just being international. Some I've had on there for a long time. And some are prospective. Some I don't know so much about. So we'll see. We'll see how this short list pans out. There's a lot of players on here I'm interested in. As for the international scene, Ivory Coast. Now, how do you guys think we did? Think about it right now. Ivory Coast. When you think of Ivory Coast, do you think of them being amazing, terrible, average? Think about it. How do you think we did? Well, this is how we did. Went out in the quarterfinals. We pulled a Costa Rica, in fact, where we went out in the quarterfinals, but we did not go out easy. We went out swinging against Portugal, giving them a big fight for their money. Let's go ahead and jump into the group stages here if we can. Oh, you're ruining it for everybody, game. I wanted to go to group stages. So let's actually go to Group C. Well, all groups, whatever, it's fine. So in Group A, Austria and Russia make it through, South Korea, Cameroon going down. Portugal winning their group, Bosnia and Herzegovina breaking through, actually beating back Argentina. Bosnia and Herzegovina tied Portugal and got that 1 point that they needed to beat out Argentina. So Argentina did not make it past the group stages, which is really quite an upset. Brazil barely making it out of the group stages, barely beating out Denmark because they managed to beat us. Our one loss is from Brazil. Kind of unfortunate there. USA obviously doesn't stand a chance. Saudi Arabia, no chance. Peru and Spain tied. Peru getting out on goal difference. England not making it, and Australia, sorry, but you really just don't have any great internationals. Uruguay obviously making it through, no surprise there. Belgium, no surprise. Kind of sad Mexico didn't get through. They're a pretty good team. Didn't make it this year. Democratic Republic of the Congo, not a chance. Chile making it through, winning their group, beating out France and Holland, surprisingly. And Japan not standing much of a chance in that group. Then Switzerland and Ghana breaking through, beating out Italy and Iran. And then Ukraine winning their group against Germany, only barely getting through over Gabon, and Costa Rica fighting really hard with 3 points, like a 1-point difference here. Very, very close in that group. In the second round, Austria beat Bosnia and Herzegovina. Portugal demolished Russia. We beat Spain pretty nicely there. It was a great game. Peru beat Brazil in extra time. Uruguay needed penalties to beat France. Belgium just straight up flattened Chile. Germany needed extra time to beat out Switzerland. And Ukraine needed penalties to take out Ghana. Very tight matches here going into the quarterfinal. We already lost. You guys know that. But we barely lost against Portugal. Very tight. Austria beating out Peru. Ukraine beating out Uruguay, surprisingly. And then Germany beating Belgium. No surprises there. In the semis, it went to Germany against Austria, a classic matchup. Germany, of course, taking that. And Portugal beating Ukraine on penalties. Ukraine really being a surprise powerhouse in this World Cup. And in the third place playoff, Austria went ahead and beat out Ukraine. Really unfortunate for Ukraine as they had such a great run, but they could not finish it against Austria. And the finals, Germany versus Portugal, and Portugal just crushed them. Just ruthlessly crushed Germany. It was fantastic showing by Portugal. And if you actually look at the world rankings here, Portugal was sitting in 16th for quite some time. They won the World Cup and jumped up to first. Looking at the overall world rankings, this is where the world sits. We went from 21st to 20th for Ivory Coast here, moving up one whole position to tie ourselves in 20th with Chile, so our actual position on the table didn't change, but our numerical position changed. And I'd say that's pretty good. Brazil taking a huge hit. Argentina taking a huge hit as well. And remember, Brazil has Neymar. Argentina has Messi. Neymar was out injured. Neymar was out injured during the World Cup. Really, really unlucky for him. And Messi, I actually didn't check. I don't actually know. He had a flu, but that's not enough. So he did play in the World Cup. He absolutely played in the World Cup. But he did not actually bring it home. He didn't do well enough. Unlike his counterpart, Cristiano Ronaldo, who played a brilliant World Cup, no injuries at all. This guy did fantastically. And he was the Golden Boot winner, I believe. If we go back to the World Cup, yes, he did beat us out on goals, scoring 7, but he had several more games to do it. Doumbia did amazing for our team. Absolutely great job there. The best player of the entire World Cup was not Cristiano Ronaldo, however, or Neymar. It was our person, Asane Nokuri. Did a fantastic job, and I believe he was part of the World Cup best team. I believe there's a way to check that. Would it be records? Teams. Most team goals. Nope. Awards. There you go. World Cup Dream Team. So, our World Cup Dream Team, we had the best strikers. We had the best offense right there. So, Boli and Doumbia, fantastic up there. Ronaldo making it on there as well. Of course. And then you go for the substitutions. You still have Sayuba, Aurier, Gervino, and Nokuri, who all made it on the sub list. We had a fantastic showing in Ivory Coast, which really, really feels good. No team really dominated more in this listing than we did. Portugal matched. So we can do nationalities here so you can sort it out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Portugal has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So Portugal matched us in best players in the Dream Team. And I think that is amazing because we ended up losing to the eventual winners of the World Cup. That feels good, and it feels good that we barely lost to them and that the same number of our players, that is the most number of players as Portugal, were selected in the Dream Team. I mean, honestly, the World Cup could not have gone better. I am really proud of how this Ivory Coast team ended up working things out. But unfortunately, we had 2 injuries, Sari and William Abu, which really sucks. Sari was one of our best players, hands down one of our best players, and he went out in injuries. Guy Moussi is our new captain. Our old captain stepped down. Tiote, he didn't want to be captain anymore, so Guy Moussi is our captain now. And they don't, the FA doesn't particularly like Guy Moussi because he was born in France. I say, who cares? He's a good enough player for the national side. He can, in fact, contribute to the national side. I don't care that he was born in France. He's good enough. So I went ahead and gave him his first international cap, and he's played pretty decently overall. 7 caps during the course of the World Cup. So that's how the World Cup went. It was a good showing. Oh, and I suppose we also started on Togo. Our very first international match was Togo, and we just crushed them. And then got crushed by Holland. But anyways, guys, I've talked long enough. We're over time. And we're hoping for a good season. Again, aiming for that mid-table position right in here where Gateshead, Hartlepool are. That's roughly where we finished last season. Looking to finish there this season. That being said, we have a fantastic lineup here. You would argue our midfield is weak, but when you've got Ollie Lee, the midfield's never weak. It's really not. He's a very strong player. So, with the lineup we have, I feel like we stand a decent chance of at least getting mid-table. Last season, the league was so tight that we were in a good position to jump in the playoffs if we had just had one more win. So, it's conceivable that we could end up in the playoffs next season. But that's a lot of speculation. That's almost a year from now. So we're going to focus on the first, well, I would say 6 months. The first few months of the season. And I will see you guys in the future around the Doncaster match. There's going to be stuff to get in the way, I'm sure. It's going to be around the Doncaster match. I will see you guys there. If you like the series, give it a like, subscribe, and please share it with your friends. This is the absolute best thing you can do for the channel. So thank you for watching. And, of course, don't forget to be awesome.